What's up, everyone? Recently I put out a video that was talking about the real estate market as a whole and talking about some key indicators you could watch that would give you an idea of where the real estate market might be headed. But I also mentioned that I was going to be putting out a series of videos that are going to be focusing more on local communities that you could track and kind of understand what's happening in maybe your community or community that you're interested in. Because after all, real estate is a hyper-local industry. So what I've done is I put together 7 key stats that I'm going to be releasing each week on a specific zip code, and then that way you can kind of see what's been happening for that community over the year as well as recently to see if there's any changes that are happening that would be important for you in a home buying or home selling decision. For the first community of the installation of this series, I decided to pick Annandale, Virginia, specifically the 22003 zip code, because it's near and dear to my heart since I grew up there. Now, what we're seeing is that right now there are 76 active listings, meaning if you were looking for a home in that zip code, you'd have 76 options to choose from of different criteria. The next key stats that we're looking at are more related to the listing price and sales price of homes for this year. So what we found is that there were homes listed in 2022 on average at $657,000, and then they were actually going under contract closer to $666,000. But for the month of September, what I noticed was a trend of it being listed at $579,000 and actually going under contract at $575,000. So what does that mean? First of all, one key note is that don't look at the price difference between those and think that home prices are dropping. It may in fact mean that there were just lower priced listings in the month of September, so that's something to keep in mind. But when you do look at the list to sales price ratio, that's where we really get some insight. And what you see is that homes on the year were actually going under contract at 101.5% of the list price, but for the month of September, they were actually going under contract at 97.7%, meaning that homes are starting to go under contract for less than list price, which is a thing that buyers can keep in mind when they're searching in this area and deciding what they want to offer in terms of a contract. The next stat we're looking at is days on market. And for the year of 2022, it's been averaging 16 days on market, which is historically super low. And for the month of September, what we're seeing is that the average days on market was 20 days. So still really low, but we are starting to see a trend of homes starting to sit on the market a little bit longer as well. In addition, one metric that we're going to be tracking is the number of expired listings, which means homes that were listed to be sold and then ended up not going under contract for one reason or another and were taken off the market. As a whole, Annandale has had 96 expired listings for the year, and the month of September they had 20. So if you extrapolate that out a little bit, what you'll see is that for 1 month they had almost 20% of the expired listings, which is another indicator that homes may not be selling as fast or be selling for what sellers were looking for and are getting taken off the market. So another key indicator that we're going to be tracking and is showing signs of some strength for buyers out there. And the last metric is we're looking at the amount of appreciation or depreciation that's happened for the year. And if you had a home coming into the year, what you'd find is that for the 22003 zip code, your home is now worth 10.13% more than it was at the start of the year. Way above historical norms, and we'll see if that trend continues or if it starts to decrease over time. But at the end of the day, anyone who had a home at the start of the year has definitely built some wealth over the year. So there you go. The first installation of this video going over 7 key stats really quickly, and I'm going to be doing this for a whole bunch of different ones. So if you either want to know what's happening in your zip code or you're looking at a zip code and you want to know more about that one, feel free to write a comment or shoot me a message and I'll add this to next Friday's video listing. So hope you all found this helpful, a little bit more than just the TikTok dances that real estate agents are doing, and that you can find some value out of it. So if you liked it, leave a comment or a like and I appreciate it.